So hi guys, today we're going to have a look at the Trollbloods starter set for Hordes. This is another really good starter set, I have to say. It's got some of the great light war beasts in it that you'll need to start your big force for Trollbloods. So let's have a quick look and see what we get. First of all, we have our leader, and this is Madrak Ironhide. So he's our warlock. Again, this is the resin plastic kit, so it's unlike the previous metal kits, so you can just plug these guys together. So if I just fiddle a little bit with this, and like that, so it just plugs together. That's without any glue or anything. Great models, and they're fantastically detailed actually for being resin plastic. So looking really good. That's Madrak. We get an Axer. I've already plugged the arms in on the Axer here, so these, of course, just plug in there, and then the axe plugs in that side. So that's the Axer. The heads and things are in this little bag here. As you may know, I'm not going to open this because if I lose any of this, then it's going to be a nightmare sending it to paint. So that's our Axer. There's our little heads. We get, of course, all the bases we need. All of them are on the medium-sized war machine bases because all trolls are huge. Even the Trollbloods are big, stocky guys, so they all come in bigger-sized bases. And you get two of the Impalers. So this is the Impaler body, Impaler legs, the Impaler's arms, and his spear. So there's this big pointy stick that he launches at everybody. So what are these guys like in the game? Well, Madrak Ironhide is he's fun. One of the overriding things I find about playing the Trollbloods is that they're fun. They can be competitive, and some of the top end builds of their forces are pretty good. But all in all, I often find that they're more fun than anything else. And they're the Hordes army that I always play when I fancy enjoying myself and playing Hordes rather than being overly competitive, as we tend to do an awful lot around here. So Madrak Ironhide, he has 5 Fury, speed of 6, strength 8, mat 7, rat 6, defense 14, armor 16, and command 9. He's tough. What you'll find is that all the Trollbloods are tough. That's their sort of special rule that practically all of them have, which means that when you kill them and knock them down to zero wound boxes, there's a 1 in 3 chance, a d6 roll of 5 up, that they'll not be dead, and they'll actually just be knocked down with one box left. He has Wrathrock, which is his mighty axe. It has power strength 15, which is pretty good for just a basic character. It's a magic weapon and it's got reach, and he can also throw it with a range of 8, a rate of fire 1, and a power of 7. But it's not 7; it's actually 15 because it's 8. Because it's the power plus his strength of 8, so it's up to 15. Okay, he's also a troll, so he's got plenty of damage boxes as well. He can snap fire. When this model destroys 1 or more enemy models with a ranged attack during the combat, immediately after the attack is resolved, this model can make a normal ranged attack against an enemy from snap fire against an enemy. So basically, he gets to throw his axe. If he kills somebody, he gets to throw it again. Let's see, the snap fire attacks don't count against the weapon's rate of fire. Again, just a great little ability. If he throws his axe, kills something, he can throw it again. If you're playing a starter-sized game, chances are that he's not going to kill any war beasts in one shot. Although if you're playing against the Legion of Everblight, of course, one of the shredders don't have a huge amount of damage boxes. There's a chance that you could knock one of those out with one shot. But again, what it does lend you, tell you to do would be, if you see something that's got low damage boxes that you think throwing his axe will kill, then throw the axe because you'll get a free attack out of it if you kill it. He's got the Scroll of Grindar's Perseverance. This model can use the Scroll of Grindar's Perseverance once per game. When this model is directly hit by an attack, if the model uses the scroll, it suffers no damage from the attack roll. Declare the use of the scroll after the model is hit, but before the damage roll is made. So if you get smacked by something huge, perhaps a war, something like a Kador Warjack or something like that. Chances are you might want to use your scroll to not get emptied by it. Of course, the point is then you can you're not going to be able to force the guy to lose either focus or spend fury to boost the damage roll, because it has to be before the damage roll is made. So any smart opponent isn't going to say they're going to boost their damage roll until you decide whether you're going to use your scroll or not. The Talisman of Subdual. This model cannot be charged or slammed by a war beast that begins its charge or slam power attack in this model's front arc. If the war beast frenzies and would normally charge or slam, it makes a full advance instead. Great, not being able to be charged if you're playing against the Scorn starter box, where that Titan Gladiator is a monster when it charges. Well, Madrak doesn't worry about it. He just shows him his talisman, and those guys aren't going to charge. Rathrok has critical grievous wounds. On a critical hit, the model hit by this weapon loses tough, cannot heal and cannot be healed, and cannot transfer damage for 1 round. Brilliant against warlocks, especially guys who've been camping some fury points to try and transfer away that damage. Get a critical hit on them, and they're not going to be doing that. Throwing, of course, then you can throw the axe, and then Rathrok, both the throwing version and the melee version, have critical grievous wounds. So Madrak himself, a great powerhouse of a melee fighter, and he's got that sneaky axe throw as well, if people aren't expecting it. So his feat is Crusher. While in Ironhide's control area, friendly faction models gain Overtake. Additionally, when a friendly faction model destroys 1 or more enemy models with a melee attack, while the enemy model is in Ironhide's control area, the friendly model can make an additional melee attack. Can make an additional melee attack. When a model with Overtake destroys 1 or more enemy models with a normal melee attack, it can move up to 1 inch, can advance up to 1 inch. Obviously, all that's doing is that you drop that when you want all your guys to go into combat and start fighting. If they manage to kill something, they get an extra attack, and if they kill something, they can also advance 1 inch. So you advance them 1 inch, and they make another attack, and they start smashing their way through all the enemy ranks. You can't go wrong with that. That's what trolls do. They generally just go mad and start smashing everything. His spells then are Carnage. Carnage costs 3, has a range of self and an AoE of control area. Friendly faction models gain +2 to their melee attack rolls against enemy models in this model's control area. Carnage lasts for 1 turn. Can't beat a bonus to your attack rolls, especially with a lot of the troll versions where you find that they hit really hard, but they might not be quite as accurate as some of the rest of the guys. So definitely, it's one to consider. 3 fury points is quite a lot, considering that Madrak only has 5. But on the round, you want all your war beasts to do some fighting for you. You can't beat a +2 to melee attack rolls. Stranglehold then. Stranglehold costs 2, has a range of 10 and a power of 11, so it's a ranged attack. A model damaged by Stranglehold forfeits either its movement or its action during the next activation, as its controller chooses. It's a standard ranged attack that a lot of the warlocks can do, and a lot of some of the warcasters can do as well. It's generally a control type effect as well as being a bit of damage. Quite frankly, if you're within 10 inches, Rathrok has a range of 8. If you can get another 2 inches from somewhere, you're probably better just throwing the axe at somebody. There's no better control effect than the target being dead. Surefoot then costs 3, has a range of 6, and can be upkept. Target friendly faction models gain +2 defense and cannot be knocked down while within 3 inches of the affected model. Friendly faction models also gain +2 defense and cannot be knocked down. Surefoot is great all round. It's probably one of the ones that you're going to cast at the very start of the combat of the game and upkeep it for as long as possible. Basically, everybody bunches up and they all can't be knocked down, and they gain +2 to their defense. Fantastic! You can't go far wrong with it. Again, Madrak's a great little warlock to start with. Say little, he's massive, but he's a great warlock to start with. Nice and easy. He has a good range attack, has a good melee attack, Has some nice little rules that do control, especially stopping enemy war beasts from slamming them and charging. Um, Good all round. Some of the warlocks that you might pick up later on have different abilities, but good old Madrak's always solid, and he's one of the ones that I play reasonably often. Not just because he's one of the few that I have painted, but because he's actually fun to play, and he's pretty straightforward, especially when you're trying to have a bit of fun playing some trolls. So of course we also have our Impalers, of which you get two. The Impaler has speed of 5, strength of 9, mat 5, rat 5, defense 12, armor 16, and a command of 6. He has 3 fury and a 9 threshold. He's a thrown spear, which has a range of 8 and rate of fire 1. It does it's power 4, but it's a thrown weapon, so it adds his strength, so it's power 13. And his battle spear that he can use in melee is power 13 as well, and that's got a bit of reach on it. The Animus for the Impalers is Far Strike, costs 2, has a range of 6. The target friendly models ranged weapons gain Snipe. Far Strike lasts for 1 turn. Snipe gives you plus 4 inches of range, so that's extending the range out. If you cast it on the troll itself, he's got a range then of 12, as well as which Wrathrock on Madrak can have a range of 12 as well if you use that Animus on it, and a range of 12 is pretty good. Let's see, the Impaler can regenerate. While the troll characters and warriors tend to be tough, the actual troll war beasts all tend to regenerate. So that just means force it for one point of fury, and you can heal D3 hit points on it. Thrown spear then has critical smite. Critical smite on a critical hit, you basically slam the target, so you knock them back and knock them down, which is brilliant. I know personally from having used these and used the starter set to get some guys into playing Hordes and playing War Machine, that it's one of the best abilities in this troll starter set is basically throwing these spears and knocking guys back. If you're going to try to get a slam, always boost the attack roll, because the chances of getting a double on 3 dice are much better than they are on just 2 dice. And of course, it's a throwing weapon. Impalers are always good. You're going to need Impalers if you want to take up the trolls as your faction, because they always come in as being reasonably useful. Not only are they light war beasts, they've got a good range attack, and that slam, critical smite, critical smite isn't it called? Critical smite, which basically knocks things back, is great. And then we have the Troll Axer. No heavy war beast in the Trollblood starter set, but they don't need it. They're trolls. They're nice and big and chunky. The troll has speed of 5, strength of 9, mat 6, rat 4, defense 12, and armor 18. His command is 6. He has a great axe, which has a power strength 14 and has reach. He has 3 fury and 8 threshold, and only costs 6. The Troll Impaler costs 5. There are a couple of troll light war beasts that cost 4, but these are the 2 slightly more expensive ones. So the Troll Axer's Animus then is Rush, and Rush has a cost of 2 and a range of 6. Can't be upkept. Target friendly war beast gains 2 inches of movement, and Pathfinder. Rush lasts for 1 turn. Can't beat a bit of Pathfinder, especially with some of these guys with their 5 speed. You know, they're not that fast, but being able to run through terrain and stuff is always good. Troll Axer has regeneration because he's a troll, and most of them do. And he has his great axe. His great axe has Thresher. Thresher is a special attack, so it replaces his initial attacks. The model makes 1 melee attack with his weapon against each model in his line of sight that is within his weapon's melee range. Basically, that means that he gets a big sweep out in front of him, where he can basically smash a whole unit. If you're playing with your friends and you both have starter sets, you're going to be able to, of course, have used Thresher multiple times against anybody who's massing against that guy. The one you probably want to get is Shredders. If you're playing against the Legion of Everblight and there's lots of Shredders running in to attack you, then you can probably just swipe them all and just take them all out. But the trolls are great fun. If you want to start the trolls as your faction, then this is a great place to start, because it gets you some of the basic light war beasts that you're going to need. Madrak's great fun to play. When it actually comes down to being competitive, are they competitive? in starter game terms, yes, because Madrak has great power 15 plus the ability to boost on that is all good. Do they get competitive as they start going up in points value? There's a big discussion about whether that's the case or not. Definitely, some of them the warlocks are more competitive than others, but that's a discussion for another day. Why don't you drop some comments below? Tell me what you think of the trolls. Do you think they're great fun? Because I do. And if you don't, drop some comments anyway and tell me about it.